Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a reading to see how this new moon in Pisces will be affecting the collective that is watching this reading. I'm so excited about this reading. I feel like this new moon in Pisces is going to be super potent and powerful. It's like I was like reading about it earlier, and it was being described as like very fertile soil to plant seeds in. And obviously a new moon is a time to plant those seeds and set those intentions. So I feel like it's a great moon to start doing that. It's a great time to do that and really get clear. And I feel like these are going to be more emotionally motivated goals, with Pisces being a water sign, of course. So let's go ahead and just dive in. I want to grab some tarot to start, which is not how I usually do things, but I just feel like I want to do that today. So I just want to see basically what has been going on with you guys. So this is going to be a reading for you guys, but we're going to be fusing it with the energies of this new moon and putting it all together like that. So what's been going on for the collective that's watching this reading? Oh, my ring fell off. How have they been feeling? What's been going on in their life? Give me a sign. What's been going on? We have the High Priestess and it flipped in reverse. Oh my God. Okay, and then I'm just, oh my God. Oh, look, with the 10 of Cups. So I feel like we're ignoring our own emotional fulfillment somehow. Something that we know is true, but we're ignoring it with the High Priestess being in reverse. Okay, we have the World. It's like, I feel like this moon is going to provide, with a 10 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Again, another 10, 2 10s. Like, there is the ending of a cycle that needs to take place that is not happening. I feel like we want to. I see this as you guys being split here. I feel like this is you guys ignoring your higher self, almost like staying chained in your past behaviors, because I feel like you have this deep feeling to like move forward with something. And I think that also is meaning that you're gonna have to let something go. You're gonna have to close out a cycle. This could mean a relationship, this could mean a friendship, this could mean leaving a job, this could mean embodying a new sense of yourself, like becoming a new version of yourself. There could be like some identity work that needs to be done where we're embracing the new you. I feel that you're very called to do something and to move forward, and you're excited about it, but I feel like your energy is split here. So whatever this is that you're looking forward to in the future, your fears of facing whatever needs to be cleansed out. So that could mean, if this is something good that you're looking forward to, like a new way of being yourself, where you want to be maybe more open emotionally, let's just use that as an example. You're going to have to face the reality of what you did in this past energy, if that makes sense. The energy where you're maybe ignoring your High Priestess, maybe your High Priestess self, like your inner knowing or whatever, your inner feelings. And you've been ignoring that, and basically like the consequences of what that has done. Maybe you've hurt other people. Maybe you've kept yourself from living and wasted time by being stuck in some sort of pattern, like unhealthy pattern, whatever it is. But I feel like this is lending itself to your energy being very scattered. I feel like there's like an energetic split happening where like half of you is like trying to hold yourself back and the other half is like very anxious and like excited almost to move forward. And it's like you're kind of, I feel like this is creating like scattered energy and suspended action. I feel like this is suspended action at this point. Let's see, what's the next card, guys? But I feel like, oh, that's way too many. I feel like this is a good time for this to be coming up, because with this moon, one of the aspects is that it's trining Mars. And Mars is in Cancer, which isn't like a great placement for Mars. It's kind of like an opposite energy, like an opposing energy. I have my nails, I cannot pick up this card. Okay, there we go. These cards are very slippery. So I feel like with Mars trining the moon right now, this is going to lend itself to moving forward on your emotional goals. It's going to give you some sort of momentum that you need to like get out of this like stuck pattern. So I feel like this is probably a pattern that you've been in. I feel like this World card is like this is like past, present, but I feel like these are kind of both present and past, if that makes sense. Like the past is bleeding into the present and the present is like stuck in the past, so it can't move forward into the future. So I feel that with this Mars energy like coming in, like trining the moon, it's really going to be able to like push you into like the present, and you're going to really feel what you're feeling in the present moment and be open to it. This almost to me looks like, well, like she's like looking, the water is there, but she's like from different angles. This card has like striations in it where it almost, I just got up to look at it from a different angle and now it doesn't look like it's there, but I feel like from the camera you can see it looks like prison gates. It's almost like we need to like walk through those gates, not prison gates, but just a gate. But maybe it is keeping you imprisoned and like in this inactive energy. So I feel like we need to like go through the gate, like check in with what our emotions are saying. I don't think it's going to be as hard as we think. So what else? One more. We have the Chariot. The Chariot, this is very interesting Chariot. Like I see like the horse's butt, like right there. And this guy is barefoot, like looking back at the horse. Okay, so I feel like the horse and like this sense of freedom and living, that should be like moving forward. And again, the Chariot is again a card about being present and holding the reins of your own, I guess, chariot. But like being in control of your own ship or something like that, you know, being in control of the vessel that moves you. And when we talk about Pisces, Pisces rules the feet. And I'm like noticing his bare feet like really a lot. So I feel like your feet are like the vessel that moves you, just like a chariot or just like a ship or just like a plane or a car. Like, you know, you're going to use your foot to step on the gas. I guess that metaphor only works with walking in cars, but you get what I'm saying, even metaphorically. So it's like, this person, or I mean you, I don't know why I said, I guess this person on the card is what I meant, but I feel like this is representing you guys. It's like you're ignoring something. I'm thinking of that phrase when people are like a horse's ass. Like, I don't know, like, well, this is such a weird Chariot. I never even like noticed this card before. I don't think I've ever gotten this card in this deck before. This is a fairly new deck that I've gotten. So I feel like maybe you've done some stupid things is what I'm trying to say. Maybe you've allowed some behavior and made yourself look foolish and made yourself look stupid. Maybe you've allowed, we're talking in the realm of emotion, so maybe you've allowed people to treat you in a way that is embarrassing a little bit. I noticed, first of all, that these are all major arcanas. I just want to point that out quickly too. This is like a major moment for you guys. So I feel like really take advantage of the energies of this moon. And in order to do that, and also 2 major arcana, like water signs, Cancer. And I feel like the High Priestess is ruled by Pisces. And then the World is Saturn energy. So I feel like we need to be a little bit more structured in the way that we're going to look at our emotions this full moon, or new moon, I'm sorry, if that makes sense. So maybe journaling and writing things down. And maybe this could be a little bit of identity work where we want to go to this next chapter. We want to move on to this next book that we want to read, but we like can't finish this old book. Like we have to read that last chapter. We have to process through. And even like right now, I'm reading The Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter. And yesterday when I was at work, I was working a double. So on my break, I wanted to read. I usually bring my book with me, but I forgot it. But I had the next book in the series, like The Order of Phoenix, in the car. And I'm like starting that book, whatever. Like I've read them all a million times. It doesn't matter. It's not like it's going to spoil it for me or anything, but it's like not the same. Like it's not the same as when you like, you know, go through the events of the Goblet of Fire and you grieve the losses of the people and you experience like Big V making a comeback and like the fear that's associated with that to really get into the emotional climate of like what's going on in the next chapter. It's like that sense of grief and processing through the past, like really, and like accepting the past has to really be felt in order to move on to the next book and get the most fulfilling experience out of the next one, the next chapter, whatever, book, chapter, whatever you want to use, sequel to a movie, whatever. Like I'm trying to think of like, I mean, I guess if you've seen the Harry Potter movies, same deal, but whatever. Anyway, oh, speaking of, side note, if you guys ever just like need a laugh, there's this channel I watch, Real Review HQ, real like Instagram Real, REEL, Real Review HQ. It's like the funniest. They like watch movies and like react to them, but they're like the two funniest guys like in the world. I don't know, like the Harry Potter ones, really the Twilight ones are the funniest. They actually like, okay, let's not get like off track, but just if you need a good laugh and you like are into like the Hunger Games, Twilight, Harry Potter, they're doing Interstellar next week. They have some other kinds of movies on there too. Those are the ones I watch, but anyway, check them out. I like love them. They're so funny, and I just want their channel to have like 20 million subscribers. Like, they're so amazing. But anyway, it enriches your experience to feel everything and to face everything, and so you gain that knowledge. With the High Priestess, you're denying yourself that room to grow. And we have the moon squaring Jupiter right now as well. And I know a square can seem like a bad aspect or like a negative aspect. It has those connotations, but like squares are like things that challenge you so you can grow. And I think this is a challenge for you to face something from the past here, something you've been ignoring. And I feel that it could be whatever you've been trying to ignore could be being amplified right now. I feel that, yeah, like you're very good at ignoring certain things. And I think we all are. People, as a rule, like this is like the realm of our subconscious mind, which again is associated with Pisces. So it makes sense that this is all coming up. And the High Priestess in reverse. It's like, but yeah, with Jupiter squaring the moon, that like Jupiter is like expanding and amplifying these emotions that you're trying to hide. They're demanding to be heard. And I know that that's uncomfortable, but with Jupiter is a very like beneficial like planet, or how would you say it, like benevolent kind of an energy. So even if it's like uncomfortable, like you'll ultimately see that like there is a silver lining, there is a benefit to these emotions. And it might be because we also have the North Node in Pisces conjuncting Neptune, which if you don't know what that means, all it means is that like this chapter that you're closing and starting the new, more interesting one, that's like a lot more emotionally resonant, and it resonates with your soul's highest calling. With the North Node, that's your soul's highest calling. And with the moon being in there and Pisces and conjuncting Neptune, it's like all those planets being like in Pisces, there's like a stellium in Pisces. So this is like super, super amplified. Like the moon is in Pisces, the North Node is in Pisces. Like our emotions are directing us to our soul's highest calling and getting us on the right path again. Like we gotta like wrangle this horse and realize that like our freedom is like cut off. That's what I'm getting from this. Let me pick this up. Hold on. Like our freedom is like cut off. And we're just like, you know, like bopping around here, but like we need to like wrangle these emotions and like realize that like us denying ourselves and just like a little bit of uncomfortability, it might not even be that bad. I feel like this is something that you're making bigger in your own head, but it's like once you finally face this, like you're gonna be free to like just live again. You're ignoring your soul's highest calling. You're ignoring your own happiness here is something that I'm getting. With the High Priestess being in reverse, we had the 10 of Cups on the back of the deck. Things that will bring you fulfillment. Maybe you're stuck in a relationship. This is one example that is just very unfulfilling. This person is cheating on you. This person doesn't make you happy. This person is disrespectful. Whatever it is, like, you know you're not happy for whatever reason, even if it's just that they're nice, but you just know you're not happy and this isn't it. You need to like, this is something that you already know. Like this isn't new information coming through. This is emotions and feelings that you already have that you're ignoring. So now when this is coming through and we're facing the reality of this and we're closing a door and we're closing a chapter, it's like opening up the path to the next chapter that we're actually going to feel happy and fulfilled in. And I feel like it's not even going to be as bad as you think, whatever you have to go through. So let's see. I kind of want to get some of these cards here and just get more of a sense of like the astrological impact. What's going to be happening? What do we have? Okay, we have Neptune. Beautiful. And I feel like Neptune is coming out under this High Priestess in reverse. Neptune, I'm going to read these. Neptune deals with the imagination, memories, the subconscious. Yes. Self-sacrifice, ideals, universal love, visions, meditation, spirituality, compassion, empathy, fantasies, escapism, the ether, enchantment, confusion, veils, and magic. Now, there is such a good thing as like everything has like a good or a bad connotation. Like, okay, for instance, the word escapism kind of has like a negative connotation, as in like it's wrong to, like, you need to face the reality of real life. Neptune, Pisces, this is like the moon that we're in. This isn't to say that you should like live your whole life this way, but especially during this moon, I think spirit is inviting you to really like lean into your emotions and some positive escapism, and to really like into your fantasies and into your daydreams, and really check in with what do you naturally want to daydream about? What naturally makes you the happiest? What fantasy, what daydream, what beautiful thought comes in and just makes you so happy and makes you so, what is your, it says ideals, like what is your ideal job? What is your ideal, like dream big, daydream about the things that you really want and that make you so happy. And we have Venus love on the bottom of the deck too. So this could just be like, this is beauty, harmony, romance, charm, receiving, luxury, wealth. Yeah, like dream big is like the vibe that I'm getting from this. Dream about the good things that you want. Really feel it though. Lean into your emotions. And I feel like it'll be very easy. Even if you find that that's usually difficult for you, I feel like it will be very easy for you, because for everyone, because of the way that the planets are aligning like right now. Maybe aligning isn't the right word. Positioned might be a better word. The way that the planets are positioned right now. It's like they're positioned in order to like really amplify your emotions. So that's going to be very easy. You might be feeling like very, like you're getting signs, or that you're getting, you're seeing signs of like angel numbers, for an example, or hearing someone's name. And I feel like that could be coming through, like the veil between the worlds is, yeah, this says veils right here. Like the magic is like coming through more. Whereas usually we're like separated from it, just like this gate, this like, but the gate is an illusion, because like when I stand up and look at it from a different angle, like I don't see these lines anymore. So it's like, these are things, these are limiting beliefs. It's reminding me of the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is like keeping you contained from like the world that you want to live in. And I don't know, like we said, these are things that you know deep down. So like, what do you feel like in your heart and soul? And is it reflected in the life that you're living and the choices that you're making and the things that you're doing? Because when we're talking about Pisces, we're dealing in the realm of the mind as well. And a lot of times our mind / ego contrasts very much so with our heart, soul, like intuition, however you want to call that. And maybe all these things are the same. Like maybe the mind and the ego are the same, just like the heart and the soul are the same. I don't really know. These are concepts. There's no way to really prove that one way or the other. But I feel that this is going to be a time where like it's going to be so much easier to tap into our soul and our heart, and like listen to the way your heart sings, and like whatever your mind is saying, just like we can come back to it in a couple of days, but like during this like moon, I would like just try to like put that to the side. And like, what if I didn't care what my mind said and I just like allowed myself to like have this, and to like believe in myself this much, or believe that I could be this, or believe that I could have this, or believe that like what blank blah blah, you know. And when we were talking about this is going to lend itself as well to like identity work. Okay, that's too much, but Jupiter came out, and the North Node and the Sun. So I feel like sorry, I'll just show you real quick. Jupiter, North Node, and the Sun. And what was on the bottom? Pluto. So I feel like, again, those are like a lot of the transits and stuff that we were talking about. So let's just get the rest of the cards out, and then we'll keep talking. We have the 12th house. Oh my god, that is like house that's associated with Pisces as well. Subconscious mind on here again. Very, very interesting. So Neptune is also associated with Pisces. So like this energy is like on live shuffling, so you know it's like it's really coming through. And then we have the Sun. We have the 8th house, intimacy as well. So okay, the Sun. Let's go here first. Your essence, your energy, self-awareness, life force, spirit, creativity, honor, masculinity, distinction, childishness, ego, individuality, solitude, expression, self-sufficiency, shine, heartbeat, and father. These are the things that the Sun is dealing with. So we are going from this energy of like the subconscious and the dark, which is like where Pisces kind of is like the wasteland, to the Sun, which is this bright, sunshiny, like action oriented. This is more like feminine, dark feminine energy. I feel like there's also a Lilith. There's like a moon trining with Lilith, which is your shadow and your dark feminine side, which I'm getting like this here. It's like taking that darkness and putting it out into the light, and just being like, it's not that bad. Like it holds more power when it's like in the dark. When you have these thoughts about yourself and you have these secrets and you have, you know, it's like once you like shine some light on them, like they shrivel up and like disappear, and they're not as bad. They don't hold weight over you anymore. So a lot of times that's what's going to happen to make these like prison walls disappear as well. There's like a push pull inside of you. Again, we're seeing these two angels like fighting over this, it looks like a chest, this treasure chest or whatever this is supposed to be. It's like they're both pulling on it, but again, they're equally matched. Like there's no movement, no side is winning. It's just a stagnant energy. And now while you're in, so surrender to this stagnant energy and be like, okay, like here I am, I'm in this stagnant energy. This is also about radical self-acceptance is what I'm getting with this sun energy. Radical acceptance of your emotions, radical acceptance of your past, radical acceptance of your shadow side with the Lilith energy coming in because the moon is trining Lilith. And, you know, maybe you have been going against your deepest feelings. Ask yourself, do a personal inventory. Why have I been doing that? Why do I not want to do what I want to do? Like, it's very interesting. But it's what humans do, and I don't get it. We all do it. We go on autopilot and we just get into a certain way of being, and we're just like not really paying attention. Like our subconscious is like steering, and we're not steering anymore. And we have to really take a look and dive deep into those like subconscious feelings, subconscious desires, subconscious fears and limitations, and where are they coming from, and shine some light on them, which I know is easier said than done, but like it doesn't have to be that complicated. Like take an emotional inventory. What does that mean? It means just like sit around and think about your life. Like just sit and like put your star machine on, or put some like LED lights, or put some like meditation music on. You don't have to really like, you know, go deep and be like, and like be meditating like that, but just like think about things. Oh, how are you feeling about like, just let your mind wander. Your job comes up. Do you feel like a tightening in your stomach and a feeling like, ugh, I hate this job? Or do you feel like, oh, I just like, honestly, I love my job, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's so much fun to go there every day. Like, I mean, or okay, it's whatever, you're neutral about it, like, you know, but whatever, notice the feeling. Your significant other, if you have one, what is the feeling? Are you feeling like a tightness again? Is it almost like a knowing of like, I know this relationship has run its course. Something has run its course here. So it doesn't have to be like a romantic relationship, but again, your friendships, certain friends coming to mind, certain coworkers, and you're doing this inventory, you're noticing the way you feel. And it's like, you know, these old and new chapters are existing simultaneously somehow, where you're craving something new, but you're hanging on to the past. So it's like in that way, like that's your energy that's like living in two separate, it's like the old you and the new you, like trying to both exist at the same time. So it's like we have to sort of like surrender this old you, you know, because like this old you is like really tugging at you. You have to be like, okay, this is the old Emily. The old Emily did this, this, and this. The new Emily 2.0 does this, and this. So when you've identified with that personal inventory, the things that you feel like you feel like a sense like in your soul of like, ugh, like this is like, I don't like this anymore. This doesn't make me feel good. This doesn't make me feel like I'm like excited. If we're using the example of like a partner, this has happened to me before, where like I deeply commit to people and I'll be in a relationship with somebody. This has happened to me multiple times. And I realize that I'm going on autopilot, and I just feel like very resigned to the fact that I have to be with this person forever because I made a commitment to be in a relationship with them, but I'm not happy at all. And it comes to the point where it comes to a head where like something will happen where I discover these terrible things they've been doing behind my back, or whatever it is, you know, they've been cheating, they've been, you know, just terrible, terrible things. And, it's like these things come into the light, and it's just like, you realize like, oh, like you finally have permission to like, you know, leave this relationship, but really you didn't need those terrible things to happen. You could have just exited the situation because you weren't happy. Does that make sense? But you feel like the sense of duty or obligation, but you really only have a duty and obligation to yourself and your own heart. So remember that and put yourself first. Put yourself first in the way where like your feelings are at the forefront and you're at least aware of them. And if you're not happy, you either want to try to fix it and go in and, okay, I'm not happy here, but it needs to be addressed. Whether it's ending the relationship and getting closure on that chapter, where we're moving into a new chapter here where the sun is out, but like it's because we've shined the light on certain things that were like hidden deep and dark, and this dark and light energy like coming through here. I love this like contrast. It's really cool. So what else were we gonna say? Anything? But yeah, like I did want to talk about, yeah, the old and the new. So it's like say, we'll use the example of Emily because I don't know anyone named Emily, so I like that name. Say you want to end an old cycle of being a people pleaser, and you have this dynamic playing out at work where there's like the office bully or the office meanie, and you know, old Emily is a people pleaser. So old Emily is jumping through hoops like a circus poodle trying to get this office meanie to like them, and they're trying to get them to approve of them and to validate them and to be nice to them, because maybe like this person is like nice to certain people but like picks on the weak, quote quote, picks on the real ones, like, you know what I mean? And so old Emily is running around being like, what's wrong with me? Like, why does this person not like me? Why does this person, it must be me. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, can I do more? Can I do this? Can I try harder? Now, like, the new Emily is sitting there making her list and is like, you know what? Like, I don't need anybody to validate me or tell me I'm okay or tell me I'm this or that. Like, I know that I'm living like with integrity, and I know that I'm okay. Like, they're intrinsically motivated. They're not seeking that validation. Instead of being like, what's wrong with me? They're like, what's wrong with them? They're so mean. They're so rude. Like, that's not right. That's not the type of people I want to, like, you know, surround myself with. And they're taking their own energy that they're giving to this rude person, trying and expending energy, feeling resentment. They're taking it back into themselves. First of all, they're sucking their power back into themselves. And if they're going to use that energy, it's going to be used to like foster relationships with other people that are more similar to their like sense of integrity and morality, you know. They're gonna do less with this person, just interact with them less, like, you know, just ignore them and just, you know, just detach and disassociate from them. So it's kind of like, make an inventory like that. That was an energy I used, an example I used of like a workplace kind of a thing. I also was using like a romantic one where you're like, okay, like the old Emily would just stay in a relationship where she wasn't happy, and the new Emily like thinks that she deserves happiness and wants to find that in the world. And like the old Emily is somebody that you know, was like closed down to love and their own emotions. Like the new Emily wants to, like, you know, explore that and find something, you know, if I find something that makes me happy, why not? Like, you know, I don't have to be closed down to it in general. Maybe like I will find someone, and like the new Emily is gonna like try to want to experience that and see what's going on there. So I love it. So also I wanted to mention, you can look into, if you want to look into which house of yours the moon is transiting, you can go to this website. It's called astroseek.com. I'm going to link it below. All you have to know is basically all the info that you need for your own birth chart. So that would include like the time and date and the location of your birth, if you have that information, hopefully. And it would also have to include like the time, the date, and the location of where you are during this new moon. So if you're in Eastern Standard Time, otherwise you're just gonna have to Google it. I'm so sorry, I don't have all the times listed here, but for Eastern Standard Time, it is 7:44 on February 27th. So that's the information that you would input into that calculator for the transit that you wanna look up corresponding to your birth chart. You would also put your location of where you are now. So when you do that, it's called a transit chart calculator. So when you input those two informations, and it's going to take you to like a picture of your chart, and it'll be kind of complicated looking. So I'm just going to like dumb it down for you really quick if you're not like super into like, whatchamacallit, like knowledgeable about astrology. So let's use this card really quick. I think this is like the best one to use. I look through this stuff because it's like their birth chart looks like a circle. So there's going to be planets, like symbols for the planets on the outer edge of this chart. So they're going to be orange. So the one that is for the moon looks exactly like this. It's like so handy that I have this. It's an orange outline and a crescent moon shape facing to the left. So that's what it's going to look like. So you find that, you go through, you find the little orange crescent moon, and say it's right here. You're going to want to like draw a diagonal line into the center of the chart. There's like a little circle in here too in the chart, you'll see. And then there's these little wedges coming out that are all the different houses. And that's what you're trying to find out, the house that the moon corresponds to. So say it's like right here. You're going to take, there's like a ruler, a pen, something, a card, an index card, whatever you have. and say the moon is right here, and then you're going to basically say you're drawing a diagonal line, you're going to see which wedge you land in. So say these petals are the wedges and this is the 7th house. You're going to be like, okay, this moon is transiting my 7th house. I hope that helps and that explains it enough. I know it's confusing. I did it and it confused me for a minute too, so I totally get it. I did mine, and mine was in my 3rd house, which is all about learning and thinking and the way you process information and share it with others. So I love that. And let's go ahead and just get some more cards to see what other things you'll be dealing with during the course of this moon. So what is going to be going on for the viewer? We have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So something you've been ignoring maybe is the fact that the mistakes that you have made, you've been like, you know, afraid to face the reality of them and the consequences and maybe the way they've hurt other people. Even we are using that example of the office meanie. Maybe you're the office meanie. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe you're the one that's kind of mean to people and you have to face the reality and you're not like dealing with the guilt that you feel, and it's like you're not allowing yourself to change and you're staying in this energy. Even though it does make you feel guilt, it also makes you feel powerful. Like looking at things like that very objectively and being like, okay, like maybe I felt powerless, so I wanted to have power over other people. You can understand that and you can learn from that and you can try to move differently in the world moving forward. That's all you can do. You can't change the past, so why stay stuck there? Like move forward, change, evolve. Look, we have change here. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement, and this is a really good opportunity to have some movement for yourself and in your life. It's going to start with you and then expand out with that Jupiter energy. So what else is going on here? And we have service. I feel good when I can help others. I love that because I feel like, yes, this is going to, you want to direct your energies like, well, first of all, you want to direct your energies towards feeling good. And this is one example of helping others. But how can you be of service? How can you, even if we're looking at these two together, like maybe some of your mistakes, again, how can you like transmute that energy into something good? If you've hurt someone, can you apologize to them? If you've been neglectful in your relationships, can you start trying to be more attentive and be more, if you've been like lying to people, like, can you try to be more honest moving forward? If you've been closed down, can you, like, out of protection, can you start trying to open up and like see, you know, and say you've been closed down to emotions and maybe, you know, you're scared and you haven't dated or you haven't been vulnerable in a while, you know, start small, start with your family, start with your friends and like let it move up, you know, and like open your heart, even if it causes pain, like allow that pain to come in. You're just experimenting, you're just seeing. So let's see what else. Let me get 2 of these. All right. What is the energy coming through with this new moon for the viewer? We have the thinking man with Archangel Metatron. This is representing your 3rd eye chakra. And the sun coming through again for the 2nd time in this reading. And we have the 1st chakra with Archangel Michael. So I feel that the sun, again, we're shining. And again, I like that this man is like facing forward. So that's what I feel like what's going to happen is that it's just, this moon is going to bring in an energy of you thinking about things differently. And this is also a 10, which reduces to a 1 we have here. Whew. So I feel like this end, it's like a 10 going to a 1. So the ending of the new beginning, like when you change the way that you think, like these new beginnings, like you're allowing them into your life. And if you feel like you've been stuck and in this energy that where you've been stuck and you haven't been moving forward, this stagnant energy, like allowing yourselves to look at things clearly and to really be honest with yourself and take this inventory of the way you've been acting, of the treatment you've been allowing from others, what you've been doing and what your goals are. And how, like I said, the old Emily and the new Emily, like make a list of that. That's such a quick thing you can do. Like old Emily, new Emily, like what does the old Emily do? What does the old Emily feel? Like, what do you want to feel? What do you want to do with your life? How can you get from old to new? Like you have to like let that old Emily go and realize like, I am the new Emily now. Like this is the new me. Like I'm doing things differently. And it's like we were saying, like what you feel in your heart and soul, is that reflected in the choices that you're making and the things that you're doing? And if not, like what can you do to like kind of line these two up, you know? And really like try to get that energy, like, I don't want to say unsplit, but have it be more like combine those two energies together, where you're like radically accepting yourself in the past, so it's allowing you to like release it and like become one again so you can move forward. Like it's the energy of the Chariot, like it's always like that split energy, but like bringing it together, and like then the momentum can happen, you know? I'm just gonna get one more card here, and then we're gonna close out this reading, guys. So let's see what else. This is the Moonology deck, and what is the energy coming through? We have new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. So I feel like what your spirit's final message here is that like doing this work, really facing and like doing this this inner work, this inventory, making these new decisions with Capricorn, it's like take that first step. Like taking that first step is going to like open up this whole new world. I feel like to get from the thinking man to the sun energy, it's like you have to take that first step. A new moon in Capricorn. I kind of want to read this from the book, and then we'll like end the reading. But let me see. New moon in Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. First and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally. Whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. If you're unhappy in your current job, this is the time to either renegotiate your position or look for something new. Whatever your question, whether work-related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months or even 5 years' time. This will inform your best course of action now. So think seriously about it. Drawing this card suggests it's time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is that you want to achieve. So yeah, like where do you want to be in 5 years? Where are you going to be in 1 year? Where do you want to be in 6 months? Like, is what I'm doing now going to get me there? Like ask yourself those questions. So this is asking you to be a little bit more practically minded about this. But I feel like what you want, like when you're trying to decide what you want, sometimes people don't even know what they want. Like look to your emotions to help you get there. So the attuned to the moon, make a proper plan and execute it well. Additional meanings for this card. You need to be more disciplined to reach your goal. Hard work will make your dreams a reality. A very good omen for study or teaching. Don't be too controlling and avoid anyone who is controlling. So I feel like, right, this is like that structure I was talking about at the beginning of the reading when I like was saying that, you need like structure to examine your emotions or something. I feel like I said that. So I feel like structure and your emotions need to come together here. Again, it's like those two sides of yourself fighting against, like bring them together. Two opposites. Capricorn is the sign of ambition, building, and hard work. The energy is solid and rigid. The new moon in Capricorn is a powerful illumination that comes towards the end of each year and marks arguably the best moment annually to make a list of your hopes, dreams, ambitions, and intentions for the year ahead. Pulling this card at any time suggests that planning and discipline, you can achieve whatever you set your mind to. So whatever you think you want, like we were talking about, dream big. Dream really big. Really allow yourself to like want what you're like the biggest, best, happiest thing for you, and don't be afraid to go after it. So guys, I think we're gonna leave it there. I think you get the gist, hopefully. Allow yourself to daydream and have some fun with this moon, and I hope you guys really do like have some insights, and I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are. I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.